Welcome to Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at having a spring in our step and a break in our back. But mostly, we're poor at making art. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Benj. So today we're drawing Spring Break. Some people had it last week, some people have it next week. I don't really know when it is.
Some people don't have it at all because they're adults
That's true.
and didn't become teachers.
Yep. Yeah, our friend group is weird because like everybody's a teacher.
It's true.
There's like
Like
two
half
of
of
us that still work. And even those people work from home and can just take off whenever they want anyways.
It's quite wonderful having spring break. People always say that teachers only become teachers because of the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like the only reason people become teachers, but it's definitely, I think, like a deciding factor.
Yeah, I mean, I love, like I worked at a school as an IT guy for a long time. And like having just even though I didn't get most holidays off that the teachers got because those were the best times to go work on the computers,
Mm-hmm.
just like having the schedule that school has where you start work at 7:30 and end work at 4 is just a nice schedule.
Schools do have the best schedule. Like, since I became a teacher, I feel like my energy level, like by the time it's time for another break, like I'm physically just like needing a break almost. Like I'm just programmed to need a break.
Whereas everybody else in life just never gets that break.
I mean, it's true.
They had to take like a week off for vacation that they don't get paid for, and
Yeah, it's rough. It is.
whereas you get what, like 3 months off?
Just about, yeah. Just about 2 in the summer, and then, yeah, 3 months.
Yeah.
Plus, like you said, it's a good. So, today's tip: become a teacher.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like teachers often complain about not getting paid enough, but if you were to get I've heard, and obviously paying teachers more is fine. Like I'm not like arguing against that, but I've heard what I am arguing against is I've heard lots of teachers say if I got a minimum wage job, I'd be making more money. But first of all, you get 0 breaks.
Yeah, like
And
it's much different.
You have to, like, you're working hourly. So to get even close to 40,000 or whatever teachers make, like you have to work literally every day at minimum wage for 8 hours and you still won't quite make it.
It's definitely not minimum wage. My only complaint as a teacher, which there are not many, if I'm being completely honest. Like I enjoy my job a lot, but it's like people in most workplaces at least get like raises to like sort of combat like inflation, and teachers like don't
I think
a lot of the time.
I think you're overestimating how much
I might
raises
be.
usually
I might.
happen.
I mean, that's probably true.
I mean, because I worked multiple different jobs, and I would never say that any raise I got, like, because it would always be like, oh, minimum wage just went up by $3, so you get a 75-cent raise, and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so I'm just making less money now.
All I'm trying to say, Benj, is you know this as well as I do. The price of black ink is going up.
Very true.
It's going up.
Yeah, no matter what salary you have,
At some point,
affording to be a black ink only
black
artist,
ink artist it's a rough profession at this point. And by profession, I use that very loosely. It's a rough sort of hobby. Oh, it's Mario.
Yeah, I thought he needed a mustache. Oh, the pen mess is messing
Dude,
up.
oh, that hasn't happened in a while.
That hasn't.
He had heard
happened
us
in a while.
talking about the great black ink increase, and it's upset.
Hopefully, this button does what I think it does. Nope.
Is that what you were going for?
No, I figured out the right button. That was only the worst possible button to push.
But like, if I'm being honest, people are like, the price of gas is going up. If you only knew the price of the high quality black ink we use per gallon, it is shocking.
Yep.
Springy break.
Is that what I wrote? How
That's
embarrassing.
definitely not a G. Oh, you were trying to say spring break. Spring break is great. Like Tony the Tiger
Yep.
is great.
He's like the spring break mascot.
That middle-aged man with a
This
mustache is the Spring
middle-aged-
Break
Middle-aged
mascot.
skinny Mario.
Like, I can be completely honest with you. I was never like ever in college. Any like people are like, "We'll go on to the beach for spring break, and we're gonna, go party." I was always like, "Oh, it's spring break. We get to play more video games."
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's pretty much what
Yeah.
spring break was.
Going to the beach has never sounded like a vacation
Well,
to me.
especially during spring break when like everybody is there. Like that just sounds terrible.
And like it's mostly like college students that are drunk, and it's like I don't want to hang out with them at all.
Yeah,
Like that doesn't
exactly.
even sound entertaining.
Nope.
Like even watching them from a distance is just like secondhand embarrassment. This guy also has a mustache because the pen's messing up, and I'm just gonna roll with it.
His mustache is much like a boomerang.
Here, I need to hold the pen differently, I think, so that I can try to get it to not mess up.
Did you skimp out and buy the cheap black ink this month, Bench?
Yeah, it was definitely why we're messing up.
Oh gosh, that mustache. It's like, I guess it's not the weirdest thing, but it's like one of those mustaches that almost like if he had sideburns, like they'd probably like connect.
Yeah, but he doesn't have sideburns. If recent, episodes have taught us anything, we're gonna see the weirdest thing when you come up to draw.
Now I've got a good idea this week.
All of your drawings have been just so weird recently.
I feel like that is just becoming my style. Like I said, like I don't have like you've got the two eyeballs touching each other, face to the side style. My style is just like when you look at like a Picasso, like they don't all look the same, but you all know they were by Picasso because they're all just like weird as heck, and like you're just like, why do people like that? I feel like that's what I'm going for.
Okay.
People are like, only Isaac could have drawn something so
So disturbing.
strange. Like people look at your drawings, they know that you drew it because it's like your style. Mine doesn't have like there's no distinguishing like characteristics of my style other than it's gonna be weird.
Yeah. See,
I
this
think I
was,
have to embrace that because I don't know if there's any way to really escape it.
as you can probably tell by the hat.
Yeah, he's
this
supposed to be
was-
young.
This was gonna be a kid.
Yeah, kid.
I was also trying to draw him shorter than the other guy.
I mean, like
It's just no longer true.
we can just say it's
he's
not
just
like a real
wearing-
mustache. He just saw the spring break mascot and
He's
is like
just
trying to dress
wearing
up like him.
a weird hat.
First of all, I have never in all my life seen an actual child wear that kind of hat. Like, I don't even think that kind of hat exists in the real world. Like, I'm sure if you Google it, like, it will come up, but like, no kid has ever like wanted to wear that, nor has any parent like ever wanted to buy that for their kid. I could be wrong, but I've never ever seen one. Except like in cartoons when they're trying to show that the kid is young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you there, but I like those hats, so I draw them when I draw
Like,
young
it's a
kids.
good way of like saying, "Hey, this kid is young, even though he has a mustache." Why is he throwing a pile of chicken nuggets on the floor?
Well, see,
Why is it like a
obviously, it is a broken spring.
Oh, yes, like all children have.
That's the pun.
That's pretty good, actually.
The pun is
Spring break is great. And then this
And
guy
then
who's
he
like a
says-
big fan of the spring break mascot having his doubts. Might take off his fake mustache now. That
see
he's-
because like this was supposed to be like a young kid, and he doesn't understand what spring break actually is.
Hmm.
And so he just like he's a fan of the spring break mascot, and he went and broke his spring, and then he's like, "Why is this so great? This isn't great at all."
That's pretty great, Benj. Although you drew him with the mustache, and now he just looks like a middle-aged mechanic who's been working on his car, and he's like,
The
"I'm
spring-
not so sure.
spring-
I used to think spring break was great, but now that I'm
But now that I'm an adult,
an adult, I'm not so sure."
now that I just work like all the kids with their cars that they drove to Mexico in
Yeah.
the back.
Exactly. They all
And
come
he's
back
like-
from spring break with broken springs.
Yep.
Wow.
It's a double meaning this time.
It's like sort of depressing, but also
It could
just
be
a little
kid with a
depressing. Yeah,
spray
it's also like a
with
lot
a
depressing.
mustache.
Yeah, I like the first explanation better because it doesn't ring quite as true. You remember that car you had that like in high school that just didn't have shocks? So like we'd go over a speed bump and all the car was sitting on was the four springs. So you'd bounce for like the next quarter mile.
Or like driving on the highway, if you went like up a hill and then down a hill, just for the rest of the trip, you were just bouncing up and down. It made trips so much more fun.
It was so bad.
Unless
Like
you weren't
like scared for your life.
No, I was gonna say like car sick.
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
that's also true.
If you got car sick,
It
not
was very interesting. Like I don't know why they don't try to make more cars fun like that. Like they probably could.
Yep.
Like they put convertibles in cars to make it. There's no reason for that other than it's more fun.
Yeah, like people break their mufflers just to annoy everybody around them.
Yeah, exactly. So why don't they break their shocks?
They break their shocks to make it more fun
Like people get hydraulics and make their car like go up and down like
on purpose,
on command, but just having it bounce like consistently.
Yeah, like there should be a button that like turns off your shocks.
Oh, that'd be pretty fun.
And then you could like turn it back on.
I mean, it's probably also dangerous because you're like trying to look out the window, but your like head is bobbing back and forth constantly. That's basically what I remember about it. Was like a slight worry that we wouldn't be able to focus or we'd like pass out from bouncing so much.
No, see, it didn't bother me at all. I just got used to moving my eyes up and down. It was the constant smoke pouring out of the front of the car that worried me.
Yeah, the shocks were the least of that car's worries.
But it got me places after I got jump start from stranger.
Oh boy,
somewhere.
Nothing
always
says.
Anytime I stopped for gas, I'd have to ask somebody for a jump start because my car couldn't start itself.
And then they'd watch you bounce away down the street.
Yeah, it wasn't literally every time. It was just a lot of times.
That was pretty often. All right, my turn to get over there and draw. Hopefully something not as disturbing as the last few weeks, but no promises.
Let's see.
All right, spring break.
Yeah, are you gonna just draw, people on vacation, or are you thinking of going for a pun?
I mean, it's too literal if I literally just draw people like at the beach. Like nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, I mean,
we already went over that. Like people, it's secondhand embarrassment just to see those people at the beach.
Very true, but I mean, if you're wanting to draw something creepy, you could
I could do that.
Start with something that's already creepy.
Yeah, but no. Oh man, I almost forgot my drawing glove.
No, our style is definitely more of the pun side of things.
Like, I mean, anybody, it's been done. That's basically what I'm saying.
Anybody can draw people at a beach.
I mean, we probably couldn't. But, let's see here.
Yep, especially with just black ink. What's the difference of sand and snow with black ink?
One has snowflake-shaped pieces. One has snakes.
When are snakes on the beach?
Oh, I was just thinking sand. One has crabs and lobsters.
Okay.
Although I don't think lobsters are on the beach either, now that I think about it. Are they?
I don't know. I so rarely go to the beach. And when I do, it's usually like a populated area where there's almost no animals.
This is going to look like a chimney.
Camera? Oh, a chimney.
It's not a... You thought this was a camera?
Well, it looks like it has a button. And it's a rectangle.
Oh, no. This is a building. We should have specified that.
Oh, a building. I thought you were going to draw like a camera and then it was going to have a picture.
Well, actually, that 100% looks like a chimney on accident.
What is it supposed to be? If it's not a chimney.
It's like a tower off in the distance.
Oh. Okay. Like a watchtower. Like a... I mean, it kind of looks actually like a lighthouse now. That I'm thinking tower.
Let's see. What's this person going to look like?
Probably horrifying.
I'm going to have a bald head.
Yep, hair is one extra thing to add. Oh, so far the shape of the head isn't horrible.
Thank you. I take that with great joy.
It's gotten a little bit lopsided at the end there, but still better than my second guy's head. That's for sure.
Let's see here. How do I not make this person look horrible?
Yes, that's always the question. Oh, okay. He's got eyes now and eyebrows. Oh, he's got like a smirk, an angry smirk. Wait, why does he have two eyebrows? Like
That's a wrinkle on his forehead.
Oh, okay. Sure.
He has a few wrinkles.
Oh man.
I take it back. It's a face tattoo.
He has a face tattoo of extra eyebrows.
No, I just have to. It's
like the girls that like tattoo on their eyebrows so they don't have to have eyebrows for some reason. But this guy has eyebrows and also
he's in a gang.
Okay.
An eyebrow gang.
The eyebrow. They call them the three brows.
Actually,
It's clearly that extra eyebrow is a unibrow.
actually does have a little bit of hair right there.
Oh, okay.
Just
So he's not bald on purpose then.
I don't know. Maybe those are like tattooed on. Also,
The worst gang. You have to have embarrassing hair tattooed all over you.
I mean, it's just part of the.
I think he just like it was the initiation thing, and they were just like joking with him, and he didn't realize that it was a joke.
Anyway, that's all we have to see of this guy.
Okay, good. So how far in front of the building is he?
He's not in front of the building. He's in the building.
How giant is he?
It's a small part of the building. Like, you have to assume there's a lot in the back. It's one story.
Okay, but like he's almost as tall.
It's a short.
as the whole building.
It's not a very well built building. It's a prison.
Yes, and I'm getting that it's a prison, but usually prisons are not tiny. Like maybe like if this was like Western times, where they just have like one cell connected to the sheriff's office. But the fact that they have a tower makes me think that it's not like that.
He's in prison. We got that.
Yeah,
We happy? You
I
happy?
understand
All right. That's all we need to know for this drawing.
Yep.
In jail. Lots of face tattoos.
Are the face tattoos actually important to the?
Not at all.
Okay.
You just pointed out the eyebrow thing, and I put wrinkles, and it's hard to differentiate between wrinkles and eyebrows in this drawing. So, anyway, he's in there, prison. He's gonna be saying something in a minute.
Oh.
I have to get that out of the way so that I can draw the brick.
Oh, okay.
It's an old prison. That's why it's not straight.
Yeah, like poorly constructed brick prison.
You know the type. You've been there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Spent many a days and.
I mean, like, you remember that? Like the Mesa Museum.
Yep, that's what
Here
I was
in
gonna
Arizona?
say. I was gonna say I spent many a days in the museum.
Yeah, there's a museum here in our city that like we went to as kids all the time. That has like a old West jail cell in it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look anything like this now that I think about it, but it's old and made of stone. Jaily.
Yep, it's old, and this is poorly drawn. It's basically the
You
same
were
thing.
you were asking just a second ago the difference between snow and sand on the ground, and unfortunately, I have to try to draw snow.
Hmm.
Um,
I think the difference is that you just say,
this
"This is snow,"
There's snow on the ground.
and then all of our viewers will just know.
Like, you know how like I mean, I don't.
This looks more like water.
It's not. It's like at the end of the winter time when there's like snow piled up on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like frozen icy snow that's been there for too long, and people are
Slush.
like, yeah, exactly. People are like, when's it gonna finally all melt?
Mm-hmm.
That's my prison guy's voice, in case you're wondering. When's it all finally gonna melt? And then, it does. So
Right. So spring break in prison is just watching the snow melt.
it's a very boring life. That's all you need to know.
I would have thought prison would be more fun.
Don't go find out, Bench. Unless it's the museum, then it is kind of fun. Honestly, that museum gives kind of like a false sense of how great prison would be.
Mm-hmm. Because
You could just like leave whenever you want.
you could leave, yeah. I think if prison was like that, it would be pretty horrible since it's just like cold and stone.
Yeah, like I said, I don't really recommend it.
Is this like the Easter Bunny? Since I'm assuming it has something to do with spring, since that's what we're drawing.
It is a bunny, yes, thank you. Cottontail. Bunny! Yay! It looks...
Nothing more spring than a bunny.
Yeah, there's like that. Well, no, there's one thing that's more spring than that.
Oh, there is.
Like, out of the snow.
A bunny laying eggs.
That is the epitome of spring. Out of the snow, the first flower has bloomed.
Ah.
Ah, lovely.
Nice.
The
bunny
two
next to a
signs.
flower.
The two signs that it's spring.
Yeah, the bunnies come out of their holes and the flowers spring
Yeah,
out of the snow.
and the bunny is like laying an Easter egg.
Yeah.
They got decorations.
The
on
most,
it.
if you ever see a bunny lay an Easter egg, you know
They only
it's
come out
spring.
in springtime. Yeah, like
Yeah,
after that, all the eggs have hatched and there's just baby bunnies.
like you can see bunnies in the summer and whatnot, but they're not gonna be laying Easter eggs.
It is the most Easter thing in all of nature.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the most spring thing in all of
Yes.
nature.
Well,
And
it's
the most
also
Easter
the most
thing.
Easter.
So this guy's just been waiting. He doesn't like the cold.
Mm-hmm.
He's been, cooped up, watching outside this window for months.
Right.
And now it's time.
Time to
Break out of this place.
break out. So it's like spring cleaning for the prison.
Yeah.
Got to get the old prisoners out and the new prisoners in.
Exactly. It's time for him to make his run. Like, nobody's breaking out in the wintertime if there's, like,
No,
snow.
yeah.
It's like...
They'll like see your footprints. It'll be cold.
Yeah, exactly. It's already
Just-
kind of cold.
Just the worst.
Wind's
time.
blowing out there. There's, like, a guard back here on the tower. It's from a distance, so he's very distorted.
Uh-huh. I was expecting just like a stick figure, but
I thought about that, but then it wouldn't match with the world I've created here.
but it's so far away. It just kind of looks like a stick figure.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Now I have to find... I should have left space down here for my name.
But yeah, with all your waves in the water.
It's not waves, it's piles of snow. We've already been over this, and you told me the only difference was explaining it.
Yeah, I didn't say water though. I said sand and snow.
There. Now that's snow on the ground. There, I've explained it further. Dots of snow, because apparently that's what you wanted.
No, I just didn't want the waves to exist at all. But
Well, we don't always get what we wanted. This guy wanted to be out of prison long before
in
spring.
fact, I think when you draw, I never get what I want.
Nor does anyone. But that doesn't matter.
Although I will say, compared to your last drawings,
This guy's gonna get what he wants.
like this guy, he almost resembles a human. Like,
I mean, other than like his face tattoos, but you look at every person with face tattoos and you're like, you look like a human, but then your face has eyebrows tattooed all over it. And at least this guy. That sounds like a thing a gang would do.
Compared to all your other drawings, like this one's not a horror to behold.
That's the best compliment I can ask for, I suppose.
You're welcome.
Spring break. We do hope that you are enjoying your spring break if you're a teacher or a
about
student.
to enjoy it.
And if you aren't any of those things, you can still enjoy the things we have drawn today.
Maybe.
See you next time.
Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.